Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with California Fruit and Vegetable Magazine, reporting to you from Folsom, California, headquarters of the North American Blueberry Council and the U.S. Highbush Blueberry Council. I'm here with the president of both organizations, Kasey Cronquist. Wanted to talk with you today just how the industry is performing from the national scale. I see that California production, which is what we usually cover, is, you mentioned like fourth or fifth largest producing state in the nation. Tell us where we stand.
Yeah, well, we're in the month of August now, so we're kind of at the kind of peak of the domestic harvest, and so for this season, we're seeing potentially a record-breaking domestic crop. We'll see when the dust all settles. We say that, and then things change. But right now, we're seeing a lot of production in the Pacific Northwest, both out of Washington and Oregon, and British Columbia. So we're watching those regions right now as they're producing, and of course, Michigan is in the middle of their harvest, and Indiana. So things are kind of peaking for the domestic industry right now, and when it's all said and done, we'll know how well they all did.
Now, you've been with this organization as its leader, right, for the last 5 years. You just celebrated your 5th anniversary?
Yeah, 5th anniversary in July, and it's been a great opportunity for me. I think over the last 5 years, we've done a lot to work forward in new programs, new campaigns, and new initiatives on behalf of our growers to, continue to see what I think is a really significant runway ahead for blueberries, which, of course, 5 years later, I'm really excited about.
And I've seen some of the campaigns you guys have invested in and some of your ambitious goals.
Yeah.
You made the blueberry emoji, right?
Yeah. Right.
And
that's right. I'd love to take credit for that, but you feel like you kind of arrive when your fruit gets an emoji, and that was, I think, year one of being here, and it was also the same year where blue was the Pantone color of the year, and so over the course of the last 5 years, we've seen a lot of change, a lot of great progress, a lot of new programs that I think our Grab a Boost of Blue program entering into retail spaces around the country has been a really successful part of our program, and we've been working closely with the industry to generate more resources in order to accomplish more. So to do more has been an effort, or to have more to do more has been a really important effort on our part. So our industries come together united in a way to try to take advantage of the demand we know that's out there, and I think that's what gets everybody up every day here in the office. We get really excited about as we know that currently today, for those who eat blueberries, they're only eating 6.4 pounds per household per year. And we just had an eating contest where a gentleman ate 18.5 pounds in 8 minutes. And so I know America can do better. I know America can do better, and I think we're committed to establishing advertising and marketing programs that actually drive consumption. And so we're doing that today, and I think we're measuring our results, and I'm really excited about where we're headed.
Now, you, from your position with these two organizations, you invest in quite a bit of international promotion and trying to improve market access across the world for blueberries, right?
Yeah. Our vision as USHBC is to empower the industry to make blueberries the world's favorite fruit. And that could be a pretty competitive statement.
Oh, yeah.
But in the end, I think what we have is a fruit that's only been commercially available, in terms of commercial production and actually genetically inspiring new types of varieties of blueberries that can be grown in different parts of the world. But compare that to, say, table grapes that have been around for thousands of years, and we're really still at the beginning stage of commercializing this product. And I think even in the United States, we're just seeing a consistent supply of that fruit being available here, let alone being able to inspire places around the world to have it year-round as well. So we just received $1.3 million in RAP program dollars to help us with our export marketing activities, and that's a really important opportunity for us to be the point of the spear of trying to establish those marketplaces for blueberries, not just here in the United States, but around the world.
Well, that's pretty amazing. I'd like to see what you guys do with that. That's a pretty significant amount of funding. Do you have some ideas of I guess, based on what your current efforts are this year and going into the future, what's your vision there?
Yeah, I think we look at, in particularly like in the West Coast where there's been a tradition of export, coming out of California, Oregon, Washington, and then including all the other states who have a vision where they might want to take blueberries themselves, and helping our growers see the opportunity that exists there. Oftentimes that can be a very lucrative opportunity given whatever market we might be trying to get into, that they'd be willing to pay for a premium product. Particularly U.S. grown, there's a lot of good equity in that message. And so that's something that we're continuing to push in these marketing activities around the world. And most importantly, just understanding that there's a lot of people who once presented with how wonderful this fruit is, that they would choose it the next time they go to the grocery store again and again. So there's a lot of us just creating awareness in places that there wasn't awareness. And then here in the United States, it's really our job to kind of shift the gear with the consumer, seeing blueberries as less of functional, food ingredient use, and more of a brand or a lifestyle, something that they have to have in their shopping cart. It's something they can't pass up when they go through that produce aisle. And I think we have a lot of great ideas and a lot of enthusiasm on what we think it'll take to get there, and working now just kind of on the resources it's going to take to get there.
Well, definitely love the vision and excitement, and as you said, it sounds like there's a lot of room for growth. It's a young market, not just in the United States, but worldwide, to have something so consistent and quality that you guys have to provide. So could you tell us, that being said, there's a lot of commodities that are struggling, and even in the blueberry industry, the growers themselves, it's the cost of production, especially in the state of California, has really done a toll, right?
Yeah.
And water availability, there's resources, these inputs are really tough in the last several years, and that being said, there's still hope on the horizon. It sounds like at least for a home for these commodities worldwide, market wise. Do you think prices can support it, and do you believe that more acreage is going to be coming into production, or are people are interested in planting more blueberries in California and other parts of the nation?
Farming is a very difficult business, and I think the circumstances our growers are going through are largely unprecedented in terms of the regulatory environment, more increasing costs, the inflationary cost on what inputs are necessary in order to grow blueberries, or any crop for that matter. It's very difficult, and yet the thing that I think we're responsible for, the thing that we can control, which is not, in this case, California's government, Washington's government, Oregon's government, any government, is the ability to try to kind of shift that demand curve. And that's what's exciting about blueberries, is I think if we stay focused on where that demand curve can stay or grow to, the supply still has a lot more room to grow. Like I said, at per capita consumption, we're right at below 3 per person throughout the United States. I already shared that it's 6.4 pounds for those just who are eating them today. Those are really low numbers given the opportunity that really exists amongst other food products that have a much larger household penetration or per capita consumption. So blueberries is kind of at the beginning of what opportunity still is out there to grab people into the category, and that should help, and not because we're reducing our value. We're actually shifting the value up higher while the supply is coming in. We do expect a doubling. Maybe that's conservative, but there's some that say a tripling of volume at retail over the next 5 years. So for us to be successful as an industry, we've got to shift that demand curve, and that's what the USHBC is here for.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like great opportunities for our blueberry growers and prospective blueberry growers. So thank you so much for the good work that you do on behalf of the industry here. And these two organizations that you're manning. So I really appreciate visiting with you here today. Read more about these things in California Fruit and Vegetable Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.